Right now, we're going to hop right out of what our comfort zone is and what people would like to hear us talk about, and we're going to dive into Olympic action.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining us now is an Olympian, is a podium stander, a bronze medal winner in the first ever go at skateboarding in the Olympics from Arizona. He was once 11 years old and competing in the X Games. Now he's vibing out in Tokyo and winning medals. Ladies and gentlemen, Jagger Eaton.
What's going on, everybody?
What's up, dude? Hey, listen. All right, man. You guys do this, right?
Yo.
Yeah, you guys.
The pose is so good.
Yeah, thank you, Jagger. I just want to make you feel fucking comfy, you know? I want you to feel like you're at the skate park right now just having a good conversation after winning the Olympics, you know?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. Right at home with that stance.
Okay,
right
okay, cool. All right, it kind of hurts. I don't know how you got it. I've never been one that has been able to stand on a board that has wheels on it for whatever the reason. And I'm 33, 34 now. And the X Games are very popular. Skateboarding was massive. Tony Hawk Skater came out that year. And I've never been able to do it. I always had a lot of respect, though, for those who can. Now that it's an Olympic sport, I mean, it feels like skateboard has evolved into, hey, we're a big, big deal. I watched this segment, and the person that oversaw the Olympic skateboarding committee said he thinks that a board with 4 wheels can change the world. What were your thoughts on being like a representative of skateboarding for the entire world this past weekend? It was awesome to watch, Jagger.
Yeah, it was a huge opportunity for me, and not only for the skaters who are really competitive and want to compete for their country like I am, but also for the world of skateboarding, for the culture of skateboarding, for both sides of the skateboarders that want to film street parts like Thrasher Magazine and that culture, but also ones that want to compete. I grew up in a family that was extremely competitive. Both my parents were Olympic level gymnasts. This Olympic dream kind of has always lived in me. And to come home with a medal is just surreal. It's just crazy. USA had to be on that podium.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jagger.
Thank you, Jagger.
For your service for the United States out there, pal, in Tokyo. You were vibing. Where were you? It was awesome because I think all eyes were on that first kind of go, and you were in there. In the uniforms were cool. I think it was like a good take. I think it was skater enough, but also corporate enough to kind of make all parties happy with what you guys were wearing, I think. You looked awesome. You were vibing hard, though. What were you listening to, and what was your mindset going into this? Is it the same as every other, like X Games at 11? Is it the same mindset going into the Olympics, or is it different?
Well, I'll tell you one thing about the uniforms, man. If I ever wear a tank top again, I got to put some sunscreen on my shoulders because that Japan Air burnt me to a crisp.
That's beautiful.
But, man, the music I was listening to like new rap and old country music and just going back and forth. Like, I know they're polar opposites, but they just kind of created this nice cocktail of calming and just I need to get into it. Because it was so hard to really get in to being aggressive and competing heavy without a crowd. Because I'm an athlete that feeds off the crowd.
So do you normally have music in, or are you normally feeding off the crowd and listening to the crowd? Is this something that's different for you? Is this standard? And do you always have a little savage and a little soothe with the rap and the country music? Is that always, or is this just an Olympic cocktail you had to find?
It's kind of an Olympic cocktail I had to find, if I'm being straight up with you. It's hard because I was mixing Charlie Daniels Band with Playboy Cardi, and I'm like, this is just weird, dude. Yeah. But it just worked out. I don't know.
Yeah, good for you.
But for me, when I skate, there's always some sort of music. Most contests I do compete, even with crowds, there's music over the speakers. But the music at the games wasn't really what I could get hyped to. So I needed some more. I needed something else.
That's hilarious to think of somebody trying to pass the aux cord at the Olympic. Hey, this ain't it. This ain't it. We need something different. A question about the Olympics that was obviously spotlighted through Sha'Carri Richardson, and then I immediately thought of it while watching the Olympics back again because I knew you were going to come on. Do you think the future of American skateboarders or skateboarders in general in the Olympics is kind of maybe a little bit problematic because the dope marijuana testing, like, hey, I am somebody who enjoys the vitamins heavily. And I think I've had numerous skater friends. I'm not sure I know any of them that don't smoke copious amounts of cannabis. Was that a problem or for anybody in the skating world for the Olympic Games? And how often do they test for that?
You know, I'm honestly really kind of unfamiliar with this topic. When this goal came to me on the table and I got the chance for this Olympic journey, I put everything away. It was just done. Like, I just became obsessed with this one goal in mind. And I think that all of us, in skateboarding, our culture is really based around that. And I think that for us athletes now, to get put on this stage and kind of legitimize skateboarding, I feel like it's really good for the sport.
I think so too. I think a lot of people watched it that wouldn't normally watch it. They might get turned off by it. And then watching the way it was set up, did you enjoy sorry for being maybe completely ignorant on the situation, but the best trick and then the run and then that being mixed and then taking your top four like a poker hand almost. Do you enjoy that setup? Is that how it normally is? And if you look back on what you did, is there anything you'd like to do different?
Yeah, I do enjoy that format. I think it's really dope because it gives every skater in that final a different opportunity. Like for me, right, I feel like I'm a really strong run skater. And for the best tricks, I really couldn't go as heavy as I wanted to because my ankle's broken. So it's like I kind of really had to focus on my runs and dial my run scores in and then just hit 2 tricks on the 5 tricks after the runs.
So was your ankle, did we know this? Like, how come that wasn't being talked about while you're, hey, this son of a bitch right here has got a broken ankle.
Yeah. What?
All right, look at how much ankle movement, by the way, is involved. I mean, it's like maybe the most important ligament or whatever joint you have in skateboarding. Is this something that was well known? Are you going to get surgery to fix this? What is going to happen now?
Hey, man, I was raised to mind my own business and not gloat. So I just went there. I had the opportunity to go, and that's all I wanted. And everything else is history now.
Damn.
Broken ankle.
It's wild.
Olympic podium.
Yeah.
Man, good for you. Hey, Jagger, good for you, dude. Woo! Good for you, man. The boys have a couple questions for you. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Jagger, Pat mentioned you were 11 years old when you started in the X Games. When you were beating the shit out of older guys there, were they kind of pissed at you? Like, hey, man, you got to calm down. You're only 11? Or were they kind of promoting you up and glad that the sport was growing?
Yeah, the best thing about skating is that when the older guys see a young man come into the sport and start to compete, they do give you a little bit of shit, but at the same time, they take you under your wing and teach you the lessons that you need to compete at this level. And I think that's the best part, right? Like I remember so vividly when I was a kid competing X Games that Sheckler, when I was a kid, was super, super kind. And then Danny Way was super cool. Bob Burnquist was always super dope. And just kind of learning from them and taking it from them. Because do you know how gnarly it was as an 11-year-old kid watching Bob Burnquist do 12-foot backside Indy 7s on Mega Ramp? And I'm sitting here barely making the gap because I weigh 75 pounds. I was just dude, I need any piece of advice you can give me right now.
I think Sheckler had that reality show, right?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Just wildly handsome and very good.
Oh, yeah.
Just hey, seems like it's just that's kind of what happens in the skateboard world. Good for you. Good luck. It's going to go great for you. I know it. Good for you. But Sheckler was also very young in there, right? Whenever he started. Mm-hmm. What is it like going to school? Do you not go to school after that? So at 11 years old, you're in the X Games. And what, do you walk into 5th grade? What do you do the next day? And how does that go? Is everybody you're the coolest human on earth? You get an A?
Yeah, my school situation was pretty gnarly as a kid. I got kicked out of middle school for missing too many weeks of school, and then I dropped out of online high school and got my GED. And this is all at the time when I was traveling. I was traveling so much, and I was learning about the world through seeing the world. And my dad and my parents felt like that was one of the coolest lessons I could ever be taught. And so we kind of just put our priorities straight. And especially when this Olympic journey happened, we knew that every single moment I had on this earth, I need to be put into making this goal happen.
That is amazing. We were talking to Jagger Eaton, a man who got a bronze medal in the Tokyo Olympics just a couple days ago. When did you get back home?
I got back home about 2 days ago now. Yeah.
What was it like over there? Cardboard box beds and all that shit. Was it terrible, or was it we hyping it up as being bad? Is it not that bad?
Oh, everything was so amazing besides the beds. Like, everything was amazing. The athletes were so cool. The Olympic spirit was so alive, and it was just, the course was amazing. The weather was hot, but at the same time, I'm from Mesa, Arizona, where we be skating like 114 dry heat, so it wasn't as bad as where I'm from. And yeah, I mean, dude, it was just everything I wanted and more, man. It was epic.
Man, good for you, Jagger. I'm happy the dream came true in a beautiful fashion. I can't believe your middle school kicked you out, by the way.
Bullshit.
Absurd.
Yeah, I hope they're sitting on that now going,
They're regretting it.
well, yeah. Well, a guy was going to go win the goddamn Olympics, and we said, no, we don't want that here.
Interesting.
Hey, don't give them any credit, ever. Don't give them any credit. They wanted you to fail. Go ahead, Ty.
Jagger, Pat talks about growing up in the era where like the X Games really exploded. Is that like now for when you guys go compete in that, does that still have the same juice that it once did? Because it seems like it's kind of fallen off a little bit. Like, do you think now that skateboarding's in the Olympics, will people kind of dedicate more time to like that's the ultimate goal as opposed to getting like an X Games gold?
Yeah, you know what? X Games kind of pioneered all this. And so that's kind of where they kind of have that history chip, you know? And plus with the Olympics, I mean, and this is the best part, and this is why I think it's so good for skating, because you guys know our culture, and you guys know, you know, skaters are rebellious and all these things, right? It's like, it's not really a sport. It's more of a artistic, creative activity. And I feel like there's so many eyes that are on skateboarding right now that is just going to blow up more skate contests, more video projects, more athletes, more kids who actually have a goal in mind as a kid. When they start, they can grab a skateboard and say, I want to go to the Olympics. Because when I was a kid, I didn't have that. All my whole goal was just make it the X Games. You know, so I feel like X Games will always kind of have that legendary card.
Yeah, whenever he was a kid, he just wanted to make the X Games. And when he was 6, it's going to be a long road, kid.
Work.
When he was 7 years old, they're like, hey, you're a fucking long way to go. Yeah. 8 years old, they're like, you better start skating more, motherfucker.
Right.
Seriously.
You are not good enough to make the... When he was 10, they were like, maybe next year.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Hey, congrats on finding a goal as a child and then making it happen, what, in 6 months?
As a child.
I mean, how old? When did you first get on a skateboard?
I first got a skateboard when I was 4 years old. Both me and my brother got a skateboard for Christmas, and my dad built us a mini ramp in the garage.
So it took you 7 years. What a loser.
Jeez, dude. Figure it out.
What a loser, dude. It took you 7 years to make it to the X Games. What were you doing? Were you guys just fucking around the first couple of years you got it, or what? All right.
What's up? Sorry, you cut out a little bit. My bad.
Well, I was just saying, how come you didn't make it by the time you were 8 years old?
Yeah, what the hell?
I heard a 10-year-old is in the X Games now. I don't know what that's all about. You're going to have to, I guess, little Jagger's going to have to catch him.
I just fully blew it, dude. I got to do better. Pissed.
I mean, let's not talk about the negatives. Whenever he was 8 years old,
Right.
not qualifying for the X Games like a fucking loser.
Kind of a bummer.
Let's talk about Jagger winning a bronze medal at the Olympics and sleeping on cardboard box beds. Whenever you were, I assume, Tony Hawk, did you get a chance? You've known him probably your whole life now at this point. He's still very involved in the entire sport. He was over there in Tokyo. That massive moment of it being in the Olympics, him being one of the pioneers and also on the call, I think. Was there a cool moment there with Tony? It feels like he is one who has dedicated his entire life to skateboarding now at this point. Is there any cool moments with Tony, or is he somebody that maybe isn't in your realm or in your world at all?
Oh no, dude! There's so many incredible moments with Tony, and Tony deserves to be there more than all of us. I mean, Tony has pioneered competitive skateboarding. I mean, you look back at what his dad did for him, and putting on contests, and now him being able to skate the park there, and like we all like watched him skate park while we're skating street. Like it was surreal having him there. And one really cool moment was I was actually scared the first day to skate that big section, and Tony came skating over with his phone. And he's like, hey, Jagger, hit a switchback overkirk on the rail. And I'm like, oh, God, I cannot say no to Tony right now. And I go, all right, you know what? Let's do it. And I just ran and, like, sent it. It was pretty funny. It's actually the first big trick I did on that rail.
Was it when he was filming? Was he filming it? Because I saw a video of him like skating and filming as well. It feels like he's like a kid almost. Like it is awesome to kind of watch that thing.
Yeah, he was filming. He was filming like me and Nigel and Jake, and he was filming all of us. But it was just epic because you know what I felt like the Olympics did? I felt like the 6-year-old in all of us was just like screaming. Like we were all just like fanning out by the opportunity that we even have the chance to put our wheels down on these courses. And like it was just like so epic.
All right, dude, I gotta go tighten my trucks, all right? I'll talk to you later, man.
All right, dude. Hey, where's the beach at?
Bro, well, let me hop on and go due east, bro. All right, hey, what do you got today? Are you going to get on a skateboard again, or are you trying to catch up to the time? Tokyo time change is insane. It took me like 10 days. I was waking up like 1, 2 a.m. for like a week straight. Are you still in the middle of that, and what's on the plate next?
Oh, I am fresh in the middle of jet lag right now as we speak. But what's next for me? Well, I'm just gonna chill and beat my dad in golf probably a few times in Arizona. And yeah, man, just relax now. It's time, man. I need to rest. My ankle's about to be better, and just take some time.
Yeah, it's about to be better after winning the bronze on it broken. Yeah, Jagger, your life is wild. Are you great athlete, huh? Golf, everything else. You play everything else as well.
Well, I was a kid that got golf clubs and shoes and everything when I was 15 for Christmas, and I hated it.
Yeah.
And then when I was 18 and realized that I've broken too many bones and I can't skate like almost every day because I'll destroy myself, is when I started really loving golf, because I can get that mental aspect of it.
Yeah, I think we all kind of, athletes, I think, normally when they're younger, this is terrible. What are we doing? I'm here all day. It's long. It's boring. And then as you get older, it's like, oh, this sport is awesome. This is incredible. It's hard to do and take care of. I assume you'll master it in the next couple of years like you did with skateboarding when you started at 4 and competed in the X Games at 11. Ladies and gentlemen, bronze medal winner in the Tokyo Olympics, Olympic medalist, Jagger Eaton. Congrats. Yeah! Oh, yeah! Dude. Hell yeah. That was awesome. He's a cool guy.
Yeah,
Broken
sweet dude.
fucking ankle. What?
Just won an Olympic bronze with a broken ankle in skateboarding, where you're literally just on your ankle the entire time.
I mean,
Broken freaking ankle.
Yes, exactly.
It's like Kurt Angle.
Yeah,
Walk in
I
the
get
gold.
being humble, Jagger, but we need to make sure that the commentators are pounding that every.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to
Hammer.
smarten up the commentators.
Come on.
Smarten them up a little bit, Jagger. Just go, man, I think my ankle's broken.
You guys know it's broken,
I think
right?
it's broken. No, I don't think it has to be that. I think maybe
ankle's-
after. Yeah.
Ah,
Is everything all right? Broken. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah.
like limp and fall down after he's done with his run.
Because when he was in the middle of that full run, because he was talking about 2 runs and then there was 5 best trick or whatever, and he had 4. He was his run was awesome. I actually tweeted, because I didn't know Nigel was supposed to be our guy.
Yep.
I actually tweeted, hey, Jagger Eaton is feasting.
We got the guy.
We got the guy, dude.